I let you in.
I hate when people do that.
Now we'll race horses, but not like they do in the athletic games. We'll make our own course.
Horses? Why should I bother with those filthy beasts? We have elotes for that.
Horses are beasts of muscle and power. You'll never understand until you hold one between your thighs.
Well, when you put it that way, ride on.
Let's race to the bridge south of Sparta. Ready? Go! Yeah! The horse wasn't feeling so good today.
Don't blame the beast for your shortcomings.
How are my lessons so far, Soferas?
Not bad. But why did you decide to teach me anyway? Don't you have more exciting things to do? Treasures to find, tyrants to depose.
The secret is, by teaching a skill to someone else, you're also improving your own technique. That's the only way you'll both reach peak performance.
You'll have to show me your technique.
Do you have a suggestion for our next bit of training?
There's a place I found in the southern hills with a wonderful view. Will you go there with me?
I like the view already, but let's go.
So, does that bird follow you everywhere?
Icaros. Yes, he likes to keep an eye on me. Are you jealous?
If you don't mind being watched, I don't either. Did Zeus give you any special powers? You know, Achilles got invulnerability, Heracles the strength of a god.
If you know the old stories, you know what Zeus is especially good at.
If you have that kind of talent, just call me Pandora.
Ella.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I think I'm beginning to understand you, Alexios.
Are you? Tell me, who do you think I am?
You answer my questions with such passion and authority. You like being in charge, don't you?
You might be right. But really, why did you bring me out here?
I thought we might continue our training with something more personal. But you seem exhausted from keeping up with me for so long. Thanks for the exercise, though.
I have to train more myself.
Thanks, Alexios. You've inspired me to train harder. Does that bird follow you everywhere?
Icaros. Yes, he likes to keep an eye on me. Are you jealous?
If you don't mind.
And that's how you master a beast.
That was more speed than mastery.
How are my lessons so far, Soferas?
Not bad. But why did you decide to teach me anyway? Don't you have more exciting things to do? Treasures to find, tyrants to depose.
If no one taught, people would live alone in their ignorance. By sharing knowledge, we grow closer together.
I might like to get closer.
Do you have a suggestion for our next bit of training?
There's a place I found in the southern hills with a wonderful view. Will you go there with me?
I like the view already, but let's go.
So, does that bird follow you everywhere?
Icaros. Yes, he likes to keep an eye on me. Are you jealous?
If you don't mind being watched. Did Zeus give you any special powers? You know, Achilles got invulnerability, Heracles the strength of a god.
If you know the old stories, you know what Zeus is especially good at.
If you have that kind of talent, just call me Pandora. Beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I think I'm beginning to understand you, Alexios.
Are you? Tell me, who do you think I am?
You answer my questions with such passion and authority. You like being in charge, don't you?
You might be right. But really, why did you bring me out here?
I thought we might continue our training with something more personal. But you seem exhausted from keeping up with me for so long. Thanks for the exercise, though.
I have to train more myself.
Thanks, Alexios. You've inspired me to train harder.
Better stay hidden.
You are the Eagle Bearer. Wonderful. Magistrate Xanthi has spoken highly of you.
Very kind of her.
So here's the thing. My children have promising futures, but they refuse to learn and study. They think they know better, but they can't recite a poem to save their lives.
Where do I fit into this?
They've heard of the Eagle Bearer and worship the ground you walk on. If you related an epic story to them, I'd bet they retain it and impress their tutors.
It's an odd request, but I've been asked to do stranger things. I'll do it.
My children are waiting inside the Temple of Dionysus Colonatas for today's epic story. The subject is Perseus, which they should know well, but seem to forget all when questioned.
Perseus. I know his story well. As if we were cousins, both raised at the base of Mount Olympus. Do not fear. I will hold your children fast with my tail. Hello, I'm...
The Eagle Bearer. We've heard all about you.
Are you going to tell us a story today? Do we have to listen? We've heard it 100 times.
Yes, that's me. And yes, I'm telling you a story. Let us sing with the voice of the gods about the exploits of brave Perseus and the noble Pegasus. Acrisius, the king of Argos, was not a good man. He had one child, a daughter, Danae. Bitter that he had no son, he went to the oracle of Delphi and heard a prophecy that chilled him.
Ooh, what was it?
The oracle said Acrisius would be killed by his grandson. But Danae was unmarried and childless at the time. To protect himself, he locked Danae in a bronze room, open only to the sky.
Ooh!
However, mighty Zeus saw the girl and fell in love with her. He transformed into a golden shower and seduced her. Danae gave birth to a son, Perseus.
I knew it.
King Acrisius couldn't kill the boy for fear of angering Zeus. So, he put his daughter and grandson in a wooden crate and tossed them into the wild sea to be drowned.
How horrid! Poor Perseus.
Perseus and his mother Danae were rescued on the island of Seriphos, and Perseus grew up under the care of a kindly fisherman, Victis.
Lucky them. Did the gods help?
Maybe. Perseus learned to swim and ride and fight, and how to be good and just, even though his father was only a fisherman.
I can do all those things too.
Yeah, good for you.
Except swim.
Or be just.
Hush. Now, Victis' brother was ruler of the island, but he was not a good man.
He's scum.
The cruel king of Seriphos, Victis' brother Polydectes, decided he wanted to marry Danae, for she was still beautiful and noble. But Perseus knows his mother does not want this. Victis couldn't stop his brother, so it was up to Perseus to interfere and be annoying.
Christos, that's your job.
I will keep the stinky king from marrying you.
The cruel and, stinky king became angry. To get rid of Perseus, Polydectes sent him on an impossible quest. Prove yourself a warrior, and fetch me a worthy wedding gift, the king said, by killing a great monster!
I knew it!
Shh, I knew it too.
Polydectes told Perseus to bring back the head of Medusa, the Gorgon whose gaze could turn anyone who looked into her eyes to stone. Polydectes knew that Medusa would be Perseus' death.
That stinker!
But the evil king did not know Perseus was favored by the gods. Hermes gifted Perseus with winged sandals and a silver sickle, and Athena gave him a bronze shield polished mirror bright. Perseus flew to Medusa's lair and used the shield to watch her reflection. He cut off her head with the sickle of Hermes. As she died, the winged foal Pegasus sprung from her neck.
Yes!
Flying home, Perseus found the maiden Andromeda, chained on the Ethiopian cliffs, waiting to be sacrificed to the baleful sea monster, Ketos. Perseus used Medusa's head to turn Ketos to stone, rescued Andromeda, and married her.
Take that, Ketos!
Perseus returned home to find King Polydectes relentlessly pursuing Danae. They quarreled, and Perseus showed the king his wedding gift. When he saw Medusa's head, Polydectes turned to stone.
Yes!
Perseus traveled to Argos with his family, and one day competed in the great athletic games. He hurled the discus, and his throw was so great that it shot into the stands and struck King Acrisius. So doing, Perseus killed his grandfather and fulfilled the prophecy.
Hurrah!
You can't escape your fate.
In the end, Perseus and Andromeda settled in Mycenae as king and queen, and had 7 sons and 2 daughters, the Perseidae.
That was a great telling of the tale. I'll never forget it.
Maybe the best. I can't wait to tell all my friends.
Ah, thank you.
I couldn't help overhearing the end of your story. Truly inspiring, Eaglebearer. Thank you.
Yeah!
Go find work somewhere else.
Yeah! Come on.
You wouldn't happen to be the Eagle Bearer, would you?
Me? Yes, I am.
Words do you know justice. Your hair must have been woven by Athena. Your body is like a sculpture made by the masters. And your arms look so strong. Strong enough to...
Strong enough to...
Strong enough to carry this basket to my husband Kalybos.
Oh, right. The magistrate mentioned you. It'll be easy to carry.
Thank you so much. Let me know if you need anything.
Where might I find Kalybos?
He's an important general. His unit is stationed in the northeast near the fort of Presai, down by the beach.
What's in the basket?
What any man would need on the eve of battle to win the respect of the gods. Please, Eagle Bearer. It would give him an edge over his enemies.
I'll help with your delivery. This is heavy. What's in here? Bricks?
Astios? Well met. What brings you to our camp?
You are Kalibos. Your wife sent me to deliver this package. I think it might be some kind of offering.
Zevkso is a good woman. She's gifted me with a basket fit for Dionysos.
Earthly pleasures? She made it sound like it was a case of life and death.
A deathly hangover, maybe. Boys, we're having a good night. Care to join us, friend?
Are you sure you want your soldiers this intoxicated while in the field?
Oh, I must have misjudged you. Are you not also a Spartan? The only thing we're better at than fighting is drinking.
I see your point. I never say no to good wine and good company.
I expected no less from you.
Could someone pass the water skin?
Oh, could someone pass my head? I think I left it farther down the beach.
Surely this is the after effects of the mushrooms. I remember the chicken coop. I remember the farmer's field. I do not remember building a Trojan horse.
It was just here when I woke up.
We offer it to the gods for safe passage across the seas. Boys, let's move this down to the beach.
I'll rip you apart!
Sparta! I can't believe you fell for that.
Show me what you want! The goats must have been on my side.
I once boasted to a friend that I was a better tactician than Odysseus himself. Today I was proven wrong.
You live to fight another day. Learn from these.
Please, thank my wife for her festive gift.
I don't know if I should thank her or curse her. Giddy up! Yeah! Easy. Yeah! Yeah! I should be extra careful in this area. I don't want to be spotted here. Magistrate Xanthi told me you've been having trouble with your farm.
Crop failure. It's as if Ares herself salted the earth.
How are the crops failing?
Blight. Few plants grow, and the ones that do are wilted and covered in spots. The gods would never let this happen if they were happy. It's my godless Ilotes, I tell you. You're a messenger of Zeus. You show them the light.
I'll find out what's happening.
Oh, thank Zeus. My Ilotes, Tefta and Maron. They work the fields, but they do not respect the gods. Teach them.
I haven't seen other farms in the area with blighted crops. What could be causing the difference?
The grain grew in short and dry. Then the animals started to grow ill. Obvious signs of displeasing Persephone or her mother. Maron claims the animals have been poisoned, but I have no enemies to speak of.
What makes you blame your Ilotes for the blight? Have they tampered with the plants and animals?
They do not worship as you and I do. I thank Demeter for all she gives us at the end of each day, but they just reap the bounty of her hard work.
So, it's divine intervention?
What else dictates our fates? Ugh, Tefta won't stop babbling about the soil. Thinks I overwork my farm. Idiot woman. As if this farm hasn't been in my family for generations.
I'll go talk with your Ilotes and see what they know.
Mis Dios.
Yere, your master claims this blight is the will of the gods. What do you think?
Sometimes crops fail. Could be dry soil, could be insects. It's a shame about the donkey. He was more crucial to the farm's success than the master. Or you, for that matter.
How can I make clearing the ground easier?
The hoe I'm using is falling apart. I have to fix the blade every few swings. Something more sturdy would make it go faster.
It's not like you're shackled to this patch of land. What's preventing you from getting a new hoe?
Have you ever been beaten so hard you lose hearing in one of your ears? That's what happened last time I went to market without permission.
Oh, of course. I'll look for one. Here you go. This should make digging easier.
You're all right for a stranger. Look, the water's tasted like a rusty blade for the past few weeks. Last time I had water like that was when I was downriver from a blacksmith.
Thank you. Mauled to death. May your journey across these Styx be a more peaceful end than this. Debris might be getting stuck in this net. Maybe the dead man was a fisherman. These don't look like the knife wounds of a man. I'll bet it's the metal from the armor giving the water a bad taste. Ugh, that smell is going to linger on me. At least the river runs clear now. I heard that the crops haven't been producing this season.
Laniki expects more crops every year. The soil needs to rest.
So there could be nothing else causing the crop shortage.
I didn't say that.
You know more than you're saying.
My stomach aches and it's hard to concentrate. It's a shame that there's no mint around to chew.
Where would I get mint?
The master keeps dried herbs up at the house.
You can't get mint for yourself because...
The master keeps all the medicine. I can pick and dry the herbs, but I'm not allowed any for myself.
I'll go find some mint for you. Here you go. The herbs you needed.
Fresh is better for my stomach, but since the blight, dried is all we have left. The back patch of land is riddled with blight like I've only seen once before. My old master lost his whole farm to it. I'll never forget this smell.
The back of the farm. I'll take a look. It's a wonder anything grows in this field, with all this mess crushing the plants. The earth is stained here. That can't be good for the soil. The tanners in Kefalonia use something that smells awful to make leather. It can't be good for the soil. It seems like fire is the only way to be sure of ending this blight. I can't believe I have to tidy everything up around here. Now I'm beginning to understand Tefta's anger. The disease crops have been burned, and the river is cleared. That should be the last of the blight.
Oh, you truly are God-sent. What was the cause of the rot?
You were so busy looking to the sky that you ignored what was in front of you. The gods are not responsible for cleaning the fields or the river. That's on you.
What? You dare? Xanthi says you are an agent of Zeus, but you are a false champion as godless as my Ilotes. Get out from here!
The poison in your fields is nothing compared to the poison in your heart. Let's hope no one notices me here.
Thank you for aiding all of us in Pitana. Stories of you will live amongst us for many years.
I help where I can, but thank you.
A reward for all your help.
By Zeus! I would have been a goner there if it wasn't for you.
Lucky I came by.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Epi. Well, Epizilos, but my friends call me Epi. Not that I have friends, necessarily.
I'm Alexios.
Charmed. You have the look of someone used to being out in the world.
You look like you shouldn't be outside on your own. At all.
It can't be helped. I've been overcome with adventure. I have, in my possession, a Mycenaean tablet that leads to a sacred burial site. I'm calling it the Cave of the Oracle.
Good for you.
Mycenaeans were known for their elaborate grave sites, full of precious things.
How precious?
Ancient jewelry, ceremonial swords and daggers, so very precious. If you escort me, I'll show you.
How can I turn down a promise of precious things?
The Fates have delivered you onto my path, and thus we travel together.
The Fates have been known to have a sense of humor.
Happening upon you, hero, is fortuitous.
Glad to hear it. So, you dig through book roll?
No. Well, yes and no. I dig through dirt, too.
That's what farmers do.
I uncover our history. Sometimes, hopefully this time, it will uncover ancient wonders.
Hate to break it to you, but clay pots and dirt aren't that wondrous to most.
I've dedicated my life to it. It's so much more than treasure to be looted.
Is it, though?
It's who we are. Knowing where we come from tells us where we are headed.
You educated people and your riddles.
Some people don't care about the past. They only want to steal something that will make them a few drachmi. Imagine that.
Hard to believe.
My peers are no more than treasure hunters and art dealers.
Well, you did mention precious jewels.
These ruins and relics are notoriously hard to find. I found this one through clever searching and deduction.
Tell me more about it.
Mycenaeans held specific rituals. Some tales speak of objects made by the gods.
Yes, the gods like to play their hand on occasion.
Think of this, Mystios. How would you like to have had the gods help you in battle?
A good warrior doesn't need any help from the gods, or anyone else.
True, true. But think of what we might find there.
You think we'll find something with this power?
See? Now are you interested?
I certainly am. The Oracle of Trophonios. I wonder if the cult's working here too.
What's this?
Stay back.
They seem drawn to this place. I hadn't expected that.
Does this have to do with... whatever that name was you said?
The Mycenaeans? I don't see how they could know. It must be related to Trophonios. I'll observe them and see what I can learn.
Fine. I'll search further inside.
Wait! Take this steely piece. See if there are markings that match it.
Not much of a burial site. Mules are buried in higher places of honor. steely piece looks like it can be placed. This is unexpected. This is more elaborate than I thought. Ah, this is more like it. Let's see what we have. This statue depicts a warrior. The markings match Epi's stone. Epi will want to see all of this. We're in the right place. Unfortunately, my friend, it's been looted. All I found was this armor.
That is highly significant. The Mycenaeans were a warrior culture, you know. So this must be a warrior's tomb.
Well, it's a decent piece, but where's the rest of it?
That was only one part of the stele. If we can find the others, I can decipher the text.
Maybe that will reveal more armor. The rest of the stele you speak of could be anywhere.
If I can find clues for where to look, are you interested in finding the other stele pieces?
I'll look for the others.
Excellent! Now, I need to see those markings. Let's go inside. I didn't expect the steely keystone to actually be a key.
I wonder what happens when all of them are in place.
Even with only part of the steely, I can start to decipher the writing.
What does it say?
I think that says of the gods.
Really? To think you were someone yelling for help not long ago.
Look at me now.
I think you're going to need all of them, though.
According to this, it seems that the steely pieces have been deliberately separated.
Wait. I found one already. It caught my eye.
By Zeus, you're a natural at this. Did it also come with armor?
Part of it.
There must be a piece of armor with each missing steely.
But why?
This section here refers to a ritual.
It doesn't explain why the armor was separated and hidden with a steely piece.
Maybe that was part of the ritual? We need to find the other steely pieces. Are you ready?
If we found these, then we'll find the other steely pieces too. I'll go look.
Even with the full keystone in place, some of the meaning may be lost on us.
I have faith in you.
Oh! You won't believe what this section says. Of the primordial gods. Primordial.
That's interesting.
That's ancient.
It could just be a prayer on behalf of the warrior.
That's what I thought too. Until I read this part.
There's more.
It mentions that the ritual will be activated.
What ritual?
I have no idea. I'm presuming it means we need all of the steelies in place before something happens.
Do you have the location for the missing piece?
This text is hard to make sense of. It appears to be a warning. Be careful when you explore the tomb of Orion.
I'll be careful. The Dark Age has had its time. Why look backward?
There is truth and insight in looking backward. Take Homer, for example. He often spoke of our past in his stories.
Huh. So digging through dirt and cobwebbed words is your ambition?
My role is to breathe life into the ancients.
Do any of your peers support you in this?
None. My ways are too different for them.
If you're right, you'll gain their respect after this. Do you worry that your expectations are too high? It may be a dead end.
How can it? The clues have proven me right thus far. The Steely mentions a ritual that once performed will activate something.
What does that have to do with primordial gods?
I have no idea. When we have all the Steely pieces, we'll know.
Time to go.